Thank you, dear friend, for being here today. Cancer, have you felt it lately? That soft tremble in your chest that comes for no reason. Not fear, not excitement, but something deeper, like your soul is holding its breath, as if the universe is leaning closer, whispering your name into the stillness of your daily life. If you've been sensing that something unseen is shifting something just beyond your reach, then this message is for you. And it is not by chance that you are here, because on the 1st of October, 2025, something will end. Someone will leave. A chapter will close. And for a moment it might feel like the final goodbye your heart never wanted to face. But this farewell, this one, is different. It is not punishment. It is prophecy. It is the moment when the universe returns to you something far more valuable than what it asks you to let go of. And if your chest just tightened, if your eyes are already welling up without knowing why, stay. Because that is not weakness. That is your soul recognizing the truth. You see, Cancer is not just another zodiac sign. Cancer is the guardian of ancient emotions, the keeper of sacred memory, the one who feels what others are too distracted to notice. And because of that, you are often asked to carry more, to love more, give more, surrender more. But the time has come for something rare and beautiful, a divine rebalancing, a sacred verdict written not in law but in stars, a cosmic release that has waited for lifetimes. And now, it comes for you. Today, we begin a journey not just through astrology, but through your soul. We will unravel the mysteries behind this destined goodbye. We will explore what it means when someone is taken away, not as a thief, but as a messenger of release. We will hear the voice of the universe through symbols, numbers, songs, and silences, and decode the secret language it is speaking to you right now. And yes, we will prepare for the great farewell on October 1st. Not with fear, but with a fierce kind of love. Because when the right person leaves, the right version of you arrives. So before we go any further, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath, let your shoulders drop. Pour yourself a warm cup of coffee or tea. Because this is not just a video. This is a ceremony, a conversation, a soul-to-soul moment between you and the energy that never forgot you. And if anything I've said already resonates with you, if your intuition is tingling, or your eyes are searching the screen with a quiet sense of hope, then I invite you to type these words in the comments as your first ritual of alignment. October 1st is the day I return to myself. Let that be your signal to the universe, to this community, and to the version of you that's been waiting in silence. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you feel even the smallest spark of truth, because the messages coming next were not meant for everyone, but they were definitely meant for you. And I promise you, if you stay with me until the end of this video, you will receive the final key, a message hidden in plain sight, a secret sign the universe will send you in the coming days that will confirm this shift is real. A sign so personal, you'll know, this was always written for me. So, are you ready? Ready to remember what you were never truly allowed to forget? Ready to find out why October 1st is not the end, but your new beginning? Let's begin. There is a moment in every soul's journey when silence speaks louder than any word. A moment not marked by loud thunder, but by the sound of a door closing softly behind someone you thought would never leave. And for Cancer, that moment is drawing near. Not years away, not someday, but on the 1st of October, 2025. That day, someone will walk away. Maybe gently, maybe suddenly, but with a certainty so final, your heart will feel it before your mind understands it. But listen closely, my dear Cancer. This is not loss. This is sacred justice. There are people who don't leave because they stopped loving you. They leave because their role in your story has been fulfilled. They were not meant to stay forever. They were meant to awaken something, a lesson, a wound, a strength. And when that mission completes, the universe intervenes, because you, more than anyone, know how to hold on. You love fiercely. You cling with hope. You nurture with every breath. But sometimes, love becomes a chain, and God, or whatever higher force you believe in, cannot allow your soul to stay bound forever. So he steps in, quietly, firmly, and he removes the one thing you would never let go of, not to punish you, but to protect you. On that day, the 1st of October, the heavens will tilt ever so slightly. The moon, your celestial guardian, will cast a light, not of comfort, but of revelation, and it will reveal the truth you've hidden even from yourself. You've been carrying someone who was only ever meant to walk beside you for a season, not a lifetime. And when they go, you will feel like something sacred has been stolen. But stay with me, because what's really happening is this. God is placing his hand upon the scale of your soul, the one weighed down by years of sacrifice, silence, and secret pain. And he is whispering something only angels usually hear. I return justice to this soul. Let that sink in. This isn't about them. This isn't about what they did or didn't do. It's not about betrayal or closure, or whether they will ever realize your worth. This is about you, about your energy being recalibrated, about the path being cleared, about your heart finally having space to beat fully, freely, without distortion. The universe doesn't take what is meant for you. It only takes what delays you. And Cancer, you've delayed yourself long enough. You've stayed in rooms where your soul felt small. You've poured from a cup that was already empty. You've mistaken loyalty for destiny. And now, the divine verdict has been spoken. It's time. This departure, as painful as it may feel, is a sacred alignment. A contract expiring in divine timing. You didn't fail. You didn't lose. You've simply reached the end of that particular chapter. And what comes next is not silence, but song. Not loneliness, but space. Not despair, but design. So when the 1st of October arrives, do not fight it. Do not beg the door to stay open. Instead, sit still, light a candle, place your hand on your heart, and say these words as a ritual of release. I surrender this ending. I receive the justice my soul has waited for. Because when you say those words, you are not letting go of love. You are letting go of the illusion that love must come through suffering. You are no longer choosing attachment over alignment. You are choosing yourself. And in that choice, quiet, brave, holy, something ancient awakens in you. The part of you that remembers who you were before you became someone for them. The part of you that still glows beneath the sorrow. The part of you that knew deep down this moment would come. That you were made for more than holding what doesn't want to stay. I know your heart. I know how it breaks, not in sharp cracks, but in slow, silent echoes. I know how you stare at the door even after it closes. How you wonder if it was your fault. If you loved too much. If you weren't enough. But I'm here to tell you, from soul to soul you were always enough. And maybe they never truly saw that. Maybe they weren't meant to. Maybe their role wasn't to celebrate you, but to awaken you. Maybe their exit is the final proof that you're no longer willing to shrink yourself to be held by hands that were never meant to carry the weight of your magic. So, when the 1st of October arrives and that person leaves, let them. Not because you are heartless, but because you are finally heart whole. This is not just a goodbye. It is a release, a rebalancing, a resurrection. And when the last tear falls, something will rise in its place. Something you've been waiting for. Something only solitude could deliver. Something that whispers, "Welcome home." There's a question that lingers in the silence after someone walks away. A question that echoes in the heart like an unfinished prayer. You may have asked it in the middle of the night, with trembling lips and tear-soaked eyes. whispering into the emptiness of your room. Why did they leave when I gave them everything? Cancer, I know you did. I know you gave them the kind of love that few souls on this earth are capable of offering. You gave without conditions, without limits. You gave even when you were the one bleeding. You sacrificed your peace to protect theirs. You stayed up late, worrying for someone who never noticed the war inside your chest. You were loyal, even when it cost you pieces of yourself. And yet, they still left. But hear me when I say this. Their leaving is not a reflection of your failure. It's not a punishment for loving too deeply. It is, in truth, the universe stepping in to answer the prayers you didn't even know you were whispering. Because, my love, true love does not leave you in ruins. True love does not hollow out your soul. True love does not demand that you disappear just to keep it alive. You, dear Cancer, were not too much. You were just too much for someone who was never ready to receive something so pure. You were not hard to love. You simply offered a level of devotion that terrified someone who was still unsure of their own worth. You were speaking the language of unconditional love to someone who only knew how to barter in fragments. And still, you stayed. Because that's who you are. You are the nurturer. The soul who sees through the cracks in others and still chooses to stay. You're the lighthouse in someone else's storm, even when your own foundation is trembling. But in that staying, in that giving, you forgot something sacred. You forgot you. You forgot that your soul deserves to be held, not just useful. You forgot that your heart, so radiant and deep, also needs to be chosen, not tolerated, not depended upon, but truly, deeply chosen. And that is why the universe stepped in. Not to break you, but to free you. Not to take someone away from you, but to return you to yourself. Because, darling, you can't continue to pour oceans into a heart that doesn't even have a cup to receive it. You can't heal in the arms of someone who benefits from your brokenness. You can't rise when your wings are tethered to someone else's unresolved pain. So, if they walked away, let them. Their leaving is not a sign that you are unworthy. It's proof that your soul outgrew the place where you once felt small. The love you gave? It wasn't wasted. It was sacred currency. It was divine energy. It was a seed planted in the soil of the cosmos. And one day, it will bloom where it's truly meant to. But now, it's time to turn all that love inward, to water the garden of your own heart, to whisper to yourself the words you were dying to hear. I see you. I honor you. I will not abandon you ever again. You don't need anyone to return and validate your love. Your existence, your truth, your essence, they were never defined by their ability to stay. You are whole. You are healing. And every tear you've cried has been seen, collected, and blessed by the universe itself. So, forgive yourself for forgetting yourself. Forgive yourself for holding on longer than you should have. Forgive yourself for believing that love meant losing your identity. And from this day forward, promise yourself one thing. I will never again shrink myself to be loved by someone who cannot hold the weight of my truth. Because the truth is, the greatest love of your life is not someone who left. It is the version of you that is now rising from the ruins, brighter, bolder, wiser, and ready finally to be loved, not for what you give, but simply for who you are. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes. Don't think, just feel. Can you hear it? That quiet rhythm, steady, gentle, persistent. Each beat is not just a sound, it is a message. You are still here. You have never been abandoned. Ilum, 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 Ilum. Cancer, your heart has always known what your mind tried to forget. that you were meant to survive this, that you were born not just to love, but to transcend, and that even in the midst of the greatest losses, the light inside you could never truly be extinguished. You've cried in silence. You've held yourself through midnights no one else witnessed. You've buried pain beneath soft smiles and whispered, "I'm fine," when everything in you was breaking. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing. And that, my love, is what makes you unstoppable, because the strongest cancer souls are not the ones who never fell. They are the ones who shattered and still chose to rise. They are the ones who were left behind and still kept their hearts open. They are the ones who lost everything and still believed that the best was yet to come. That is what the universe honors. Not perfection, not stoicism, but the quiet bravery of those who dare to love again after being broken. And on the 1st of October, something sacred will open for you. A portal, a passage, a cosmic hallway between what has ended and what is about to begin. A sacred corridor of transformation where one version of you will gently lay herself to rest, and another will rise in her place. This is not metaphor, this is energy. It is the precise alignment of what the universe has been preparing behind the scenes for months, maybe years, to bring you into a new octave of existence. Not just healing, but renewal. Not just peace, but purpose. Not just surviving, but soaring. But here's the truth. This new path cannot open if you're still gripping the past with bleeding hands. So this moment right now becomes a ritual, a choice, a ceremony between you and your own soul. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, silently say, "I am willing to release what no longer honors my heart." Again, I am willing to walk through the door the universe is opening for me, because the 1st of October is not just a date. It is an initiation, a sacred invitation to step out of the story where you are the one who was always left, always last, always waiting, and into the story where you are chosen, not by someone else but by the divine force within you that has been waiting for this moment to rise. And as you walk through this invisible hallway, you may feel uncertain. You may feel grief surfacing. You may wonder if you're strong enough, but let me remind you, you already are. The fact that you're still listening, still open, still present, means your soul has already said yes. So now, we begin. The ritual of return, the resurrection of self, the quiet, fierce, powerful reawakening of everything you thought you lost, now rising from within. You will not need to beg for signs. They will appear on their own. A feather falling in front of you, a repeating number 111 222 444 flickering on a clock, a receipt, a license plate, a song on the radio that feels like it was written for your story, a sudden warmth in your chest when you are alone, and finally, free. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. They are your soul's way of saying, you've crossed over. You're no longer who you were. And now, you are ready to become who you were born to be. So light a candle tonight. Sit in stillness. Write the goodbye letter you never got to send. Burn it not in anger, but in peace. And then, whisper softly, I return to myself. I rise as the light I once searched for. Because you, dear Cancer, are not the one who was left behind. You are the one who survived. You are the one who heard the call. You are the one who said yes to the sacred path, even when it meant walking alone. And now, you are the one who will rise. There are moments that arrive so softly, you almost don't notice them. A number flashes across your phone, 111, 222, 444. You blink, pause, and feel something shift inside you, like a secret being whispered directly to your soul. You don't know why, but suddenly the air feels different. A quiet warmth wraps around your chest. It's subtle but unmistakable. Something is reaching out to you. Then one day, a song you haven't heard in years suddenly begins to play. In a cafe, in a car, on your phone, and you freeze, just for a moment, because the melody isn't just familiar, it's emotional. It stirs something ancient within you. Maybe it was a song from a time when your heart was still untouched by betrayal, or a reminder of who you used to be before the world broke you open. And as the notes unfold, your eyes begin to well up with tears you didn't even know were there. And then, a feather, not on the ground, not in a bird's path, but falling, softly, gently, right in front of you at the exact moment you feel like giving up. You don't speak. You don't need to, because your soul already knows. That feather is not just decoration of the air. It is a message, a reminder, a sign that something, someone, somewhere is guiding you, that you are being watched over, that even in your lowest moment, you are not alone. Cancer. These things are not coincidences. They are sacred signals, coded messages from the unseen realms, designed only for those whose hearts are sensitive enough to receive them. And you were born with that gift. You feel what others miss. You sense what others dismiss. That is not weakness. That is your superpower. The universe does not shout. It whispers. It shows up in gentle echoes, in perfect timing, in the language of soul. Repeating numbers are not just mathematical flukes. They are divine confirmations. 111. You are on the brink of a new beginning. Your thoughts are aligning with your highest destiny. 222. Trust the path. Even if you can't see where it leads, you are being led. You are being held. 444. You are divinely protected. Angels are closer than ever. The veil is thin now, and love surrounds you in silence. And if lately you've been feeling a tug in your chest, waking up at strange hours, hearing someone's name over and over, or sensing invisible presences near you, it's not your imagination. It's your intuition. It's your soul tuning into a frequency higher than logic and receiving guidance from a place beyond language. Because before any great shift in your life, the universe speaks in signs. And if you are seeing them now, it's because something is coming. A closing, a beginning, a turning point written in the stars, and your soul already knows it. So don't ignore them. When the song plays, listen. When the numbers appear, smile. When the feather falls, pause and whisper, I'm ready. Because you are. You've been ready for a long time. And on the 1st of October, you'll understand why the universe sent all those messages. You'll realize they weren't trying to comfort you. They were preparing you. Because by then, you will no longer just be the one receiving signs. You will become the sign, the living proof that the soul, when it chooses to rise, becomes the light that others follow. There is something powerful that happens when you write something down, especially when it comes from the deepest part of your heart. It becomes more than just words. It becomes a declaration, a ritual, a vibration that echoes beyond the digital space and into the sacred rhythms of the universe itself. So I want to ask you, right now, in this very moment, if your heart has been stirred, if your soul has whispered, "This is for me," then don't just watch this video in silence. Speak back to the energy that brought you here. Participate in the magic. Scroll down and write one of these 2 sacred phrases in the comments. I am ready to receive soul justice. Or, October 1st is the day I return to myself. Write it not just for me, not even for the algorithm. Write it for you, for the future version of you who will come back one day and see those words glowing on the screen and remember the exact moment your journey shifted. Your healing began. Your soul whispered, yes. Because when you write those words, you're doing something ancient. You are anchoring intention into the physical world. You are casting a light that will ripple out and touch other hearts, hearts that are searching, just like you were. Hearts that are tired, lonely, hungry for hope. And your words might be the very sign they've been waiting for. You have no idea how many souls have read through the comments on videos like this, tears in their eyes, and whispered, "I thought I was the only one who felt this way." But you are not alone. You have never been alone. And now, you don't have to walk this path in silence anymore. There are others just like you, tender hearts, deep souls, cancers and kindreds, who've carried invisible wounds for far too long. And when you leave your comment, it becomes more than text. It becomes a lantern, a soft, glowing signal that says, "I'm here too. I'm healing too. Let's walk this together." Let it be your ritual, a sacred digital altar where your truth is spoken out loud, where your pain is transformed into power, where your past is finally released, and your future begins. You don't need to write a long story, just one line, but mean it, feel it, infuse it with every drop of emotion that's rising inside your chest. Let it be a release, a signal to the universe that says, "I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm ready, and I promise you, the moment you do, you'll feel a shift. You might not see it with your eyes, but your soul will know. Something will open. Maybe it's a lightness in your breath. Maybe it's warmth in your palms. Maybe it's the sudden urge to smile, even with tears in your eyes. But it will come because the universe always responds to courage, especially the quiet kind, the kind that comes from souls like yours. Souls who have endured but never stopped believing. Souls who were broken but never stopped loving. Souls who are now ready to return. So write it. Let it be your vow. Let it be your whisper into the stars. Let it be the first step in your sacred new beginning. Because this right now is not just a comment section. It's a sanctuary, a place of shared grief and shared glory. A place where you don't have to pretend anymore. A place where you can simply be and be celebrated for it. And who knows, someone else might see your comment and feel less alone. Someone might reply with a heart or their own words. And suddenly, just like that, your healing multiplies. So let's fill this space with light, with intention, with truth, not noise but clarity, not emptiness but resonance. Let this become a collective ritual, a sea of souls declaring together, "I'm ready, I remember, I return." Because you are not just watching this video, you are answering a calling. Cancer, you are not weak. You are the soul chosen to carry what others cannot. The one who feels it all, the pain, the joy, the fear, the faith, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. And in that deep sensitivity, there is a strength that cannot be measured, a sacred courage, a quiet power that makes you unstoppable. Because when the world told you to harden, you softened. When life tried to break you, you opened wider. And when love left, you still chose to love again. That, dear Cancer, is not weakness. That is divine resilience. You've carried the emotional weight of all 11 signs before you. You've been the shoulder, the safe space, the quiet protector in a loud, careless world. And now, the universe is choosing you to show others what it means to rise, to heal, to transform sorrow into light. So, if you remember nothing else from this journey together, let it be this. Every ending is a portal. Every heartbreak is a redirection. Every goodbye is the seed of your rebirth. October 1st is not the day you were left behind. It is the day you finally came home to yourself. Breathe deeply right now. Close your eyes, even for a moment, and feel it. That warmth, that soft flicker of light inside your chest, that's not just hope. That's your soul, remembering its purpose. Let this video be your turning point. Let this message live in your bloodstream. And when the hard days come, because they will remember this space. Come back to these words. Let them be your reminder that the light inside you was never lost, just waiting. And now, it's time to shine. If this message touched your heart, don't let it end here. Tap the like button, let it be your offering to the light. Subscribe to this channel, because this is just the beginning of your journey with us. There is more healing to come, more rituals, more messages channeled from the stars, more signs that your soul was always destined for something greater. And I want to hear from you, right here, right now. Leave a comment below and write, October 1st is the day I return to myself. Or if that feels too long, simply say, I choose the light. Let your words be your soul's ritual. Let them ripple out and become the message someone else needs to see today. And if you feel called to support this sacred work, you can now click Super Thanks and help us continue sharing these messages of hope and healing with souls around the world who need them more than ever. Your support isn't just appreciated, it's felt deeply. And before you go, I want to ask you something. What topic do you want us to explore next? Is it about soulmates, karmic patterns, ways to unlock prosperity, or maybe something that's been on your heart for a long time? Tell me in the comments so we can create what you truly need. Cancer, you are worthy of everything your heart desires. You are worthy of love, of peace, of miracles. You are worthy of waking up and feeling whole again. You are worthy of a life that doesn't just look good, but feels sacred. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking this path with me. Thank you for choosing the light. And always remember, October 1st is not the day you lost something. It is the day you return to your own power. I'll see you soon.